You may be saying, what's in the box? First, I want to thank Arnie Lorenz for actually putting this all together for me and sending it to me personally. And what is in the box is Era of Tribes. Now, this is the box that it came in, and we're going to unbox this right now. Now, I have left it in the box. I just could not get to it with all the things going on in my life right at the moment. I finally thought today is the day. First thing we have is a wooden organizer from Laserox. I went all in too, so there is everything in this thing, and I'm going to have to build this. I've never built one before, so I bought some wood glue this morning. I do have a craft knife somewhere, so I'll be looking to put this together probably in the next day or two. These, I believe, are the mobile module hexes for this. So this game can be a true 4X, though based on the game that I saw, it uses a world map. But you can make it a module map in order to make it a truly 4X experience with, obviously, if you look at the back, the fog of war. So we're not going to take that out till we figure out where everything is going. Here we have wooden cubes. So I'm assuming nothing here because I really don't know. I got pink and green. I'm assuming that there's more than just pink and green. We have pink and green dice. Oh, these are for 5th and 6th players, I believe. So there's some actual more dice for the 5th and 6th players. And here we have a bag. I got the feeling that in the bag are coins. Let us open this coins up. And we're going to just do this nice and slow. Oh, yes. Look at the coins. Oh, look at these super, super coins. Now, I should say at this point that I must be crazy because this game is the 3rd highest heavy game in my collection. First being Lisboa, which I looked in this morning at BGG, and it weighs in at a hefty 4.56 out of 5. Just coming under that is Feudum at, I believe, 4.53 or something along that lines. And this one comes in at 4.36. This is a heavy, heavy game. Looking at some of the what comments that players are making, I can believe it. So this is not going to be an easy game. It does have solo play, I believe. And I know there's been some materials put up on Board Game Geek. And we're going to have to explore this as we try to unbox and learn how to play this game over the next little while. I have a feeling that this is going to be way too big even for my table. Okay, we have some more cardboard. We have some cornstarch worms. And here we have, there it is, the module board. That's what that's all about. Module board, 4x English. So this tells you about how to use the module board. Okay. And then let's pull this out. Let's pull the monster out. Oh my gosh. Oh, let's make sure this goes up onto the table here for a sec. So this is truly what I understand is a 4X game. The Era of Tribes. Oh, let's just take a look at the back. Of course, you really can't see that super, super well. But you use portions of the map depending on the player count, and you can have different configurations of the map. Here we have our technology board. So let's crack it open. What does it say? 14 plus 1 to 4 players. I'm betting you it's a couple hours. It says 30 minutes per player. I am betting you though that it's going to take longer than that. It is a heavy game. And with heavy games come analysis paralysis. Perhaps. I'm not totally 100% sure there. But let's pull it out of the box here. Oh, pardon me. Let's go see what's in the box. Anybody ever see that South Park? Put $1 in the box. Okay, nice solid box. There it is. Let's put that off to the side. So we have a photocopy. I'm not sure what this is. I'm not really sure what this is, to tell you the truth. It says Battleboard 2. I'm not quite sure why it's a piece of paper. I'll have to look further into that. Here is the rules, right on top, second most. There we are, nice and colorful. 30 pages, iconology. Wow, it looks big. 2 combat dice. Oh, that's what these are. 8 gray leaders, barbarian leaders. Set up for 4-player. Okay, we got the rules. There's some battle boards there. We have the Gauls, the Britons, the Slavs. Oh, that's the attack board. Wow, each one individually lab. The Iberians, Greek, Carthaginians, and Germans. Oh, and Romans. There's a lot in the box here. Wow. Oh, there's even more. Hold on. Wow. There is a ton of civilizations. And I'm not quite sure what these are now. Tour. Looks like we have two-sided with French and English. No, this looks like German. I don't know if that's going to be very helpful for me. Oh, look at that. There's English. Sequence of a round. Oh, okay. That's what it is. Okay, these are all the different languages that you have. So it's multi-language, which is interesting. Player counters, very nice counters. Put them up. All kinds of counters. So we're going to have to be exploring what goes on here. Not sure what these are used for. I think, if I recall, these are used for portioning off areas. I think this board is huge too. It looks like a 6-fold board or an 8-fold board. Nope. What's going on here? Yep, an 8-fold board. Oh my gosh. What the heck is going on here? This almost looks like a prototype, to tell you the truth. Hang on, let's just put this down right here. See what's going on here. Let's see what we're good doing here. Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay. As I spill stuff off to the side. So I can't even show you this whole board here. It's so big. So we're going to have to get this set up to the table so that I can show you this board. It's absolutely massive. I can just show you some of it. It's like an 8-fold board. Now I do say it looks a little bit, so you can see right here maybe. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I knocked it. No wonder. I have to figure that one out. So you can see kind of right here there's a split on the board. So that's not exactly impressive, but it is a 1, 2. So it's an 8-fold board, so it is pretty damn big. And now just off to the side I have destroyed everything, my little counters and stuff that I have off to the side here. Now that I figured out what the heck's going on up there, kind of unfold this without destroying this. So up to now, the quality has been quite good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, this is huge. So I'm not even going to try to unfold this board at this point. Once we play with it, we're going to and organize it. I'll bring it back to the table and get this on the table. It's just too unwieldy right now in my small space to try to figure out what is going on here. And I'm still not 100% happy with what's going on here. Looks like I'm knocking everything. Oh my gosh, one of these days. But that is what was in that box, and there is a lot. Oh my gosh. No cards though, that's interesting. So this game has no cards whatsoever. Huh. Interesting. So this looks like almost a pure Euro style game with very, very little left to chance. Yeah, I can see why this would be a 4.38 complexity, and I'm going to have to dig into this a little bit because I am not sure right now about how it all goes together and how it gets organized, because I have an organizer, so that should help. So what we're going to do is we're going to just quietly put everything back into this box for now and explore this later when we go to figure out what is going on here in terms of how do I put this together. Now I will be putting this together, and I will be showing you this eventually as it goes together. As I said, not totally sure what this board is. I mean, it looks like it's an original print of some sort. And that's all it could be, is just a print. I'm going to have to talk to Arnie about that. Like, what is this? I don't know. There was a lot in the box. It was not a cheap game either. I mean, this was an expensive game, but I think that's what you get when you get a quality game like that, is a fairly expensive game. And I've knocked everything off at this point, and I'm not quite sure where everything is going. So we're going to have to come back to this and build that nice organizer. But that is what is in the box and that is what's in the box for Era of Tribes. Hopefully I didn't knock everything and confuse everything. As I said, this looks like a very big game. I know it's a complex game, and let's get I think we're going to, once I build the organizer, I'm going to come back to the table, show you how it all fits together, and then we're going to call it at that for this video. And then what we'll do is do a play video perhaps later on, because I don't think we're going to want a 3-hour video. So here we are. I am now putting together the Era of Tribes organizer. And you can see I've got a couple pieces already built. They're going together pretty well. They are pretty sturdy and solid. So far, I'm happy with the token, with the organizer. Generally, I don't buy the wooden ones, only because of the expense. But since we had some left over with Arnie, I threw them in anyway. Might as well get everything when you're at it. You can see them just over apart. And you can see dog food bags, and my fingers, and Warhammer Quest, and there is my cameras and whatnot going on here. I've taken over the kitchen table. My wife will be very unhappy about that, but I just thought I'd show you the progression here as we go along. Things are progressing. You can see I have the 7 containers built, which is over here. So we've built that, and they go along the top by the looks of things. We have built the C1, which is over here. And now we are working here. And this is where we are now. I'd say it's taken me a good hour or two just to get there. I am pretty slow. I am terrible with these kinds of projects. We'll check in a few moments and see how this is all coming together. Hopefully this will be done today. And this is the last vestiges of the storage solution. You can see the mug is there, keeping a corner down. You can see a couple corner pieces just have to go on, but that is it. The next shot you're going to see of this is, of course, inside the box. That I'm still trying to figure out. I've asked Arnie why I have stickers. I have no clue. They don't really seem to mean anything unless there's some errata on the board that needs to be overlaid, but that would be really bad form. But anyway, we'll figure that one out over the next day or two, and we'll let you know what's going on. But so far, this is pretty easy. It took a couple hours to put it together, but you know, hey, what else are we going to do? Hello, my name is Harry Jacobs, and this is the third part of the Era of Tribes. We had an unboxing of the game. I had a few videos, short videos, to show you sort of how the organizer was being created as I went along. I did that on my phone, so it's going to mix and match, kind of weird. I've never tried to do that before. So you're an experiment, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, we're back to Era of the Tribes. This is the unboxing, re-unboxing. And so, thanks to Ryan, I did look at his video to show me how it all went together once I put it all together. So, with a few exceptions, it pretty much looks like this. So this is the LaserOx insert, and there we go. I still don't have an answer for Arnie what this is. It is a sticker sheet. It looks almost like a proof, but I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't really kind of fit anywhere. However, maybe it's just fun. This is the Era of Tribes module board game. So this allows you to actually make it a more modular game. And the rules are on top, as you can see. And everything fits in the box. So you can see at the top we have a 10-fold board. And it goes on for quite a while. And we'll try to get this out without wrecking it. I did ask Ernie whether or not he had some artwork. I'd love to have a mat done with this. So on the left here, you can see the module tiles, and this is for, again, the 4X game. This is a 4X game if you want it to be a 4X game. If not, it can be a 3X game without the Explorer. This is a civilization building game. This is a heavy game in terms of the weight. As I said before, it's about the third heaviest game in my collection, right after Lisboa and Feudum. So that makes it the 4X game, as I said. Here are the dice. Under the dice are two bags. I am not sure what those two bags do, but they get stuffed right there. Here are the influence cards. I'm not quite 100% sure how these work because I haven't played the game yet, but there are a number of them. These actually might be the, oh yeah, here it is. So we have the Liberators, the Peasants, we have Miners, and these all give sort of bonuses, I believe, and influence bonuses, and counts towards experience points towards the end of the game. These are the Roman legions. I believe these are barbarians, not 100% sure. Here are all the player tokens along there, and there is a fifth and sixth expansion. The pink and green are the fifth and sixth expansion. I have that. Down here are the little gray rails, and these cut the board down. So depending on who you're playing and how many players are playing, you're going to actually close off some of the board itself, just so that it's not as big a place to play. Now, you can also do that in the regular game to try to either sort of make it more competitive or a little less competitive. So if you play in a bigger space, there's a little less interaction between players because war and battles are part of this game. Here are the various tokens. These are food tokens, and the blue side is when you're food and you're happy, and when the red, you're not so happy. The breads and circuses. These are way of trading, make people happy. What you're seeing here is treaties and fighting. And here we have the barbarian tokens. And under this, of course, we have the money. We have, these are the goods that you can find on the board. These have to do with battle. They can find on the board, but they assist your battle. There is your barbarian token down here. I'll just bring that up. It is a little bit different. Here it is. All very nice quality. These are some combat tokens, and this has to do with which way the battle goes. I'm not 100% sure. I just watched a little bit of the game yesterday to learn how to play it. It is, again, a heavy game, and we may do a video, but I'm not sure yet. And these are the tokens. These are for the luxury goods that you're going to find along the back. In fact, you can see them here. The yellow. There's Looks like, I don't know what that is. Nor do I. That looks like a trash pile. I'm sure it's not, though. But that's how it all went together. Oh, and then underneath here is all the player boards, if I can get it out without... and then all your player boards go here. And it's an asymmetrical player boards. There's the dramatics and the Romans up on top. And this is what a game board looks like. Each one has their own strengths and weaknesses and its own areas that have different things you need to do diplomacy actions and trade actions and things like this. This game is, I believe, takes about, and there's like 4 different modes depending on the length of play. It's like, wow. But that is, after a couple hours of work to put this all together, and I had to let it sit for overnight to make sure all the glue was dry. This was a nice insert. Now, I usually use folded space, or I make my own, or I just use geek boxes or the portion cups that I've shown you before. But this is really nice. I think for a game like this that's a heavy game, you need something that just pops out onto the table. There's not a lot of cards at this, so there's not a lot of components here. So I suspect that the setup for this game is very, very quick. I don't think I have space here to set the game up, which is unfortunate. I do want to learn this game and maybe teach a few other people. But generally I stick to medium filler sort of fillers and gateways and medium weight games myself. And then of course these are the tokens that did not get used in the game, and I'll add them to other tokens that don't get used in other games because of premium components. I really do like the components here. The board, I don't know, that 10-fold board, I think it could have been, it looks like the glue came off a little bit somewhere. I have to look, but I think if I can get a mat made, I'd be much happier. I did that with Pirates of the Caribbean, not Pirates of the Caribbean. It's kind of like Mage Knight, except it's Pirates of the Caribbean, basically, as you sail around the Caribbean, playing the exact same way with Mage Knight. Rules really well done. I actually, to tell you the truth, I like it way better than Mage Knight. Now, not to say that Mage Knight's a bad game, because I love Mage Knight and I like Final Frontiers too. I love that system. Again, a very heavy system, and you have to be prepared to put some time into it. But the pirate version of it is amazing, and if you love swashbuckling, taking down gold ships and trying to avoid the British and Dutch who want to kill you because you're raiding their ships and taking over their forts, and it really gives you a sense of the Caribbean. But we're not here about that game. We're here about Era of Tribes. I started rambling again. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I've been up since 5. We are in the midst of a heat wave here in Yellowknife, believe it or not. It is going to be up to 30 degrees today. I live in the subarctic. Usually our summers are around 20, 21, maybe 25 if it's really hot. We very rarely get to 30 degrees, which is 88 degrees for those who like Fahrenheit, which is very unreasonable to think. But anyway, that is Era of Tribes, and we will come back to another game or two in the next week or so. It tends to be a little bit light on the video side when it's hot, because my studio I have no air conditioning, so my studio is brutal and my machine overheats, the one that I use for editing. So probably going to be a slow week for me. And but again, I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, hit the like button. I love that when you hit the like. Even love it better if you subscribe. And please, if you'd like to see more of these types of things, just hit the notification. Do all 3. And this is a heavy game. I don't know if there's any copies left. You'd have to direct your question to Arnie Lorenz. That's who I dealt with directly, and he sent me a copy from Germany, I believe. And it was not cheap, but he might have some games. The games might be available, but the extras you might have to get from Arnie directly. Good guy to deal with. He's very conversational. We've had some good chats over the last month or so. He's very interested in living in the North. Anyway, that's it for me, folks. I'm out of here. Goodbye.